Hi everybody, Ben here from Artless Ordinary. So, I am going to do a ghost wipe, but I'm using some paints I haven't actually used in this manner before. So, I brought some paints from Decoart, hoping they would make pearls. But I did a pearl pour, and as you can see, I got a blank canvas. The black came through, and only a tiniest little bit of the metallic did. So I either have to change my ratios or don't use them for pearl pours. But they were these Americana decor texture paints, which are really, really thick. So they're a heavy bodied paint. And because they're so thick, I had to mix them quite a lot with floetrol. And when I did the pearl pour, they just didn't work. But I mixed them to a thinner consistency, and I thought, I wonder how they're going to go in a ghost pour. So I have silver, plum, and aquamarine. So I was able to get colours of these that I don't have in other paints. That's why I brought them, hoping they'd make pearls. But because they aren't, I'm just going to use them for other artwork. So they are the three colours. And I'll show you, as you can see, they are thick. Paint's not pouring out or anything. So they're usually used to make like textured art where that you get peaks and everything. So, but the colours were beautiful. So that is why we will try it in a ghost wipe. So I have mixed them, and this was the hard part because I wasn't sure how to make the consistency of them. So these are about, I think they're 4:1 at the moment, and I'm only going to know if it's the right consistency once I start painting. So that's what it is. So there's the what's it, aquamarine. Here is the silver, and the silver always goes a pearl color when I mix it with floetrol, but it will dry more silver. And this is plum. Now that plum is absolutely beautiful. So I'm hoping this will give me a really nice ghost wipe across. So they are my three colours. Now, my background paint is marte white, and this is mixed 4:1. So I think I did it 35 grams paint and 140 grams floetrol. So it's runny, it comes off the stick, and it will cover the canvas. So I will cover this canvas off camera, and so what I do is I pour it on, spread it around with my palette knife, and then I tilt it over the edges so then it's even and quite even looking. And I'll come back before I get to the colours so then I can do the actual swiping on camera again. So here we go with the pours. Okay, we are back. Oh, I try and put my canvas in the same spot, so hopefully the angle is the same. Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to pour the paint on. I'm going to do my normal zigzag fashion, just trying to work out what colours. I might go the plum first, just because it's the more deeper, rich colour, so that can be at the bottom. Now let's hope that these aren't too thick still. So we want to pour off the canvas to off the canvas. So make sure you don't have obstacles in your way. That's about middle. Okay, let's go. Alright, this was a little bit thicker than normal, but I don't think it was too thick that it's going to ruin anything. So now we have the aquamarine. And last is the silver. So these are all metallics. I don't have any other colour in here. You know what? I should have made up a black. Do I have a spare? Yes, I do. I have a spare black. I may add it because this is usually what makes cells or pearl, cells. So we're just going to do a quick little line over it with the black. Just something to add a little bit more interest. My line's a little bit wonky, isn't it? Oh well. And last but not least, the silver. Okay. These colours should look beautiful. Now, my swipe cards is a normal square card that I've cut in half to make this size. I'm probably going to continue just using the one size card. I don't really want to have different sizes and all that. So, make sure you position your feet in the right spots. Keep yourself well balanced so you're not trying to shift your weight while you're swiping, because that's where you would dig in harder or lighter and make a mistake. So I always go half the paint, and for the first edge you go the card half off the canvas. So you place it down and give it a swipe. And I have done what I always do, and I have forgot my swipe paper towel. So this is going to show its full potential more so when it's dry than when it's wet, because the metallic won't shimmer as well. So again, half the card and swipe. And it is just a matter of taking half the paint, swiping. Now, see how I lifted it lifted a little bit there and then retouched? I don't like that when it does that, so I'm just going to overlap that tiny little bit to erase that. There we go. Fixed. I'm really glad I put the black in it. I think that has helped. And there's a piece of hair. So did a little skip again just down here. So we will overlap that again. I'm turning my card around because it's getting a little bit flimsy. So card turned around and swipe. Fantastic. This is great. I love these colours. They're not too okay, they're a plum and they're a blue, but they're kind of neutralish in a way, as in if I had them in my home, they wouldn't overpower a room to make that room feel it's too much one way or the other. Really, really liking the colour. So, and that's what I mean. If you buy a paint and it doesn't do what you want it to do, use it for something else. And these are selling up beautifully. We are going to turn the canvas around. Okay. And hopefully I have it in the right spot where you guys can still see the camera. Your angle is good. Oh, and then another paper towel. So these colours, I am super, super happy. I've always wanted a nice plum. So this is exactly what I've wanted. And that the aquamarine is kind of a bit of a slate colour at the moment, but that might dry slightly different because it's got floetrol in it. So the floetrol sometimes dulls the colours until it dries. So it looks a bit slate at the moment, but that may actually dry quite more of a different colour. Wouldn't change a lot, but enough that it could be a little bit different. So we're going to put the next paper towel down. Going to go back to where we were. Half on, half off. Try to join up with that line that you started at. I always try and do shorter ones and longer ones. You don't have to do it as quick as I am. I do these quite frequently, so I'm actually a little bit more... I've gotten quicker at them as I've done them. If you want to go slower, absolutely. Only do what is comfortable for you. It's like when some people do other pours. They do it so quickly and you're like, oh God, I can't do it like that. Just take your time if you feel that you need to take your time with it. Because when people do certain art frequently, they get quite a lot, you get quicker and quicker at that style. I love ghost swipes, and I've actually noticed that I'm getting better at them, even though I feel like I was doing pretty good at the beginning. I feel like I'm learning. I'm learning every time I do them. Every time I pick up a different paint to use, you got to learn little bits and pieces all over again, and that's exactly what you want. You want to keep learning, otherwise your art becomes a little bit stale. I don't frequently do all metallic ones. Now, what I do now is, just because I've got some solid lines down the side from where I pour the paint, don't have to do much, just give it a little gentle stroke, just to blend it across a little bit. There we go. Just means that when you see it from the side, you just don't see a solid drip line. So it's kind of, I kind of do like what I am on the top. I just do a little mini swipe, just enough to spread the paint out. There we go. And it's better if you do things when there's not stuff in your way. I should always move it and make it clear, but I wanted to get this done. This is awesome. I love these colors. So you definitely cannot see the shimmer in them yet, but it's there. So what we have is we've got nice long peaks, we've got short peaks. By doing my color in a ripple, so I'm just going to wipe my face so I don't drip sweat on it because it ruins my art. Super hot here at the moment. So you've got your long peaks, your short peaks. By doing the ripple line, I get virtually where that side went pink, this side's blue, because when the way I do the ripple, I kind of do it one either way. So you get kind of a nice effect. Like this one here is beautiful. Blue going that way with a bit of the pink on it, at it. This side here is mostly pink with a bit of the blue, and I can see the silver running through it and the black underneath it. Absolutely super cool. So if you feel there's something you need to fix, you're best to do it straight away, but I don't try to fix them. When I do it, if I skip a little bit, I might move my card over a little bit, but once I've actually done my whole swipe, I try not to go back onto it because I'm more likely to make a mistake than make it perfect. If you feel you have to, I would get one of these cards and cut it super thin to 1 centimeter, which is, I don't know, 1/3 of an inch roughly. And just do, like, if you wanted an extra peak here, just do a tiny little one through there. I don't, because this is interesting and it doesn't have to always have the peaks at the right spots, know what I mean? You do it as you like it. Once this is on a wall and you stand back and look at it, it looks different to how you're standing right up close, nitpicking tiny little things that you see. Most art, you're not standing like 20 centimeters from it, kind of staring right at it. So don't always stress too much. I think sometimes people worry too much about the little things when just, if you do try to fix it and you make a mistake, you've ruined the whole thing. So to me, this is perfectly fine the way that it is. I love it. When it dries, I'm going to have beautiful, beautiful shimmering all through the blue, the silver, and the plum. It's going to be absolutely beautiful. And I really do think these colours will suit a nice neutral colour scheme. So there's a bit of colour in them, but then none of them are overpowering or going to take over the room. So I will bring you down for some close-ups. So this is the way I see it from my angle. The colours are looking pretty close to how I see it. Maybe, yeah, I think that's pretty close. So as you can see, there's nice peaks up and down. The black did actually make it work. I'm really glad I added that in. So let's come down and go sideways so you can actually see from one side to the other. Awesome colouring. So like here, see how I've got, this one is more of the plum tone. That one there's the aquamarine, even though they're both like in the same line. Same with here, we've got an aquamarine with the plum, with the little bits that add through it. The silver is in there. That's the silver, that kind of dull part. Where's my finger? There, that dull part there is the silver. That will dry silver. The floetrol always makes it a bit dull, but it will pick up. But like, look at them. Aren't they really, really cool? And these are metallics. They will shimmer. You just sometimes have to wait for it to happen. And here's the black. See how the black sets it off a little bit? Gives it that bit of depth. So let's have a look. Can you see how shimmery the colours are? So that's the plum, aquamarine, and the silver. And the silver, see how it's gone a dull colour? That's with the floetrol added. All these three have dulled a little bit with floetrol added. But they will brighten back up. So, super awesome. I'm really, really happy. I can't actually wait for this to dry and see how it looks on the wall. I'm going to install a hook on my wall outside so I can take photos of pictures out in the sunlight or with natural light, because my camera doesn't always pick up the colours as good as they should be. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this. So ask me questions if you do have any. I try to put as much information in the video as possible, but if you're unsure, give me a question, ask me. I don't always reply immediately. I'm super busy, but I do reply. I just haven't always got there yet. So hopefully after the new year, things will be a lot more better time-wise. But yeah, so comment, like, share my videos. That would be wonderful. And subscribe if you have not already. So thank you so much, everyone. Have a good night, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.